Starting secondary school, man, that was a long time ago. And I was so nervous, man. Oh, Lord. I remember the night before, I was in bed and I was shivering and I was shaking. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to meet all these new kids. They don't know me because I was in a new area and I don't know any of them. And I really felt nervous. I didn't know what to do. I thought, how am I going to face the classes and registration when they call your name out and all that kind of stuff? I was really scared. But what I did, on that morning, there was a joke shop from near where I lived. So I went there and I bought, with my dinner money, this kind of really kind of fake werewolf glove. And I used this werewolf glove to kind of get me over that nervous kind of feeling. And so I put it in my sports bag because my first 2 lessons was PE. And I remember after PE, I took it to English class and I was sitting at the back of the class, still kind of nervous, still not really talking to anybody. And then when the teacher started the lesson, I kind of took it out and scared the next kid in front of me. And that seemed to work because by dinner time, everyone wanted to know my name, who I was, and this and that. So I made an impression. And I guess I'm kind of like that. I like to make an impression. Because a few years later, me and friends of mine, we wanted to build our own mobile disco. It was a big thing in Brixton back in the day. This is what, oh God, I don't want to say how long, it makes me feel old. But this is what you wanted to do, wanted to make an impression. And to be honest, I didn't want to be the MC or the mic man or the toaster, as we used to call it in those days. And no one wanted to do it. But I think the ego got the better out of me because I kind of put up my hand and I said, okay, let me do this. I thought, make an impression, just like I did at school with a werewolf glove. And we had our first party. It was a pajama party. For 14-year-olds, maybe not a good idea, but it was a pajama party, which we very much enjoyed. And we didn't have twin decks in those days. We just had the one deck. And so there was always a gap when we played the music, because those days it was plastic, no CDs or anything like that, no fancy tapes or anything. So it was just the records, the vinyl, and the microphone. And halfway through the night, it was about, 9:30, 10 o'clock. My friend gave me the microphone and he said to me, Alex, entertain the crowd. And I thought, yeah, no problem. I picked up the microphone and I looked at the audience, they were all looking at me. And I saw them with their mouths in anticipation, and I kind of just rocked back and I thought, oh my God, what have I got myself into? And I said something really kind of stupid like, yeah, enjoy the music. Yeah, there's Coke at the bar. And the crowd looked at me like this. What is this idiot doing? What's he doing? What a clown. I was mortified. I did not make an impression at all. I did not prepare in any way. And I remember the following day, I was down at Brixton Market, and there was a few girls there who were at the party. And sometimes girls can be cruel to the boys, because they pointed at me in their little kind of cluster with the pointing fingers and the little giggles. And there he is. There's an idiot who tried to be the rapper at the party last night. And I was crushed. What did I do? I had to prepare. Just like in school, where you have to prepare for an English essay, you have to do the research, you have to do the thinking before you actually perform the task. And I was no different. I had to do that. And so what did I do? I went to my local store, I bought an A4 notepad, and I didn't know at the time, but there began my writing career. Because this writing notepad, I took it everywhere with me. Whether I played football at the park, whether I played basketball in the local leisure centre, wherever I went, I took this notepad. And on this notepad, I would write daily things that happened to me living in Brixton, just everyday things. And steadily and slowly, I began to write lyrics that kind of made a bit of sense. And about 6 months later, I was at another party. And in those days, unfortunately, some of the girls weren't allowed out so much as the boys. And on one particular night, this father came in with his torch looking for his daughter, his 15-year-old daughter. She must have sneaked out that Saturday night. And she's rocking and jamming with the rest of us and this and that. And I was at a microphone and I was making waves. And the father came in, a big, tall Jamaican guy, and he had this very deep Jamaican accent. Where's she there? Where's she there? And he's got this big torch shining, and girls are shying away in the corner. And everyone kind of stopped. Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. And then the poor girl was dancing with a guy, kind of, have you seen Dirty Dancing? Kind of bit like that. And the father saw her and he dragged her out of the place. He pulled her arm and out she went. And the crowd looked at me and he said, Alex, give us a lyric, give us a lyric, give us a lyric. I thought, this is my moment. I've got to impress. I've got to make an impression. And this is what I kind of said. I pointed at the poor girl. I didn't rescue her or anything. I just pointed at her. And I said something like, your daddy say you must not stay out late. It's getting late and you are underage. So very soon you'll come of age. And that's the beginning of our date. But your daddy say you must not stay out late. Tell him. And then the crowd did this. It was like a Brixton tradition that when they did this and poke out their tongue, you had to kind of repeat the lyrics while rolling your tongue. And that sounds something like this. Your daddy said it, you're the mother's not steady, or the late, one of them. Cardio to got it's getting late and you are not under the age. So very soon you're coming of age. And I'm not still beginning of our day, but your daddy said it, you're the mother's not steady, or the late. And so that was the birth of my writing career. Later on, I began to write a bit more about what was happening in Brixton at the time. It was very, very hot. Brixton used to be hot in those days with lots of activity, lots of reggae, lots of dances, lots of police riots and all this kind of thing. And I guess I was most famous for my uprising lyrics, which I wrote after the 1981 Brixton uprising. And that goes something like, uprising, this uprising. Uprising, this uprising. We're sick and tired of the get the holes in and the jam saucer and police beating. We have no work and we have no shilling. We can't take no more of this suffering. You better send for the army and the armed guard. We're gonna mash up and burn down the Scotland Yard. Come listen, people, to the Brixton Bard. Uprising, this uprising. Uprising, this uprising. We get up in the morning at 10:30. Go on down the hill to Brixton City. Sight Babylon, them start attack we. And we start fling stone and masonry. Police get the firebomb in them belly. And the temperature raised by another degree. What get the soldiers start a looting spree. Uprising, this uprising. So even when I wrote that, I didn't know I would become a novelist 20 or so years later. And those lyrics are included in my second novel, East of Acre Lane, where I created an MC character. So this goes to show, if you have any aspirations to be a writer, never throw any lyrics or rhymes away. You never know when they might come into use. So that's the beginning of my writing career. I'll stop there.